Most people do not lose their life all at once. They lose it 1 hour at a time. And the scary part is they do not even feel it happening. By the time they finally wake up, years are gone. If these words hit something deep in you, stay close to this voice and subscribe, because some truths are too heavy to carry alone, and some roads are easier when a steady hand keeps reminding you who you can still become. Listen to me carefully. Time is your only real wealth. Not money, not status, not followers, not applause. Time is your only real wealth. You can lose money and earn it back. You can lose a job and find another one. You can lose a house and build again. But when an hour leaves your hands, it is gone forever. Think about that. Gone. Not paused, not stored, not waiting for you to come back stronger. Gone. And I know that may hurt to hear, especially if you already feel behind, already feel tired, already feel like life got a head start on you while you were just trying to survive. I know some of you are not lazy. You are wounded. You are confused. You are carrying things you never asked to carry. I know that, but hear me with love now. Pain may explain your drift, but it cannot be allowed to become your home, because the truth is harsh, simple, and clean. No one is coming to hand you back the years you keep giving away. No one is coming to stop the scrolling for you. No one is coming to force you to sleep on time, wake on time, move your body, use your mind, protect your peace. No one, no rescue, no magic, no secret door. Just choices, small choices, daily choices, quiet choices. That is how life changes, and that is also how life falls apart. Not in one giant crash, in slow leaks, in little delays, in 5 more minutes, in one more episode, in one more excuse. Days become weeks, weeks become months, months become years. And then one morning a man wakes up and does not know where his fire went. He thinks life robbed him, but many times, if we are honest, life did not rob him. He handed it over 1 hour at a time. We guard our wallets harder than we guard our mornings. We count our bills harder than we count our habits. We panic over losing $20, but we waste whole afternoons like they were free. Let that settle in. If someone stole your money, you would get angry. If someone stole your phone, you would chase them. But when distraction steals your focus, when comfort steals your discipline, when fear steals your best years, you call it normal. It is not normal. It is tragic. Time is your only real wealth. And the first step is not guilt. It is waking up. It is seeing clearly. It is saying, enough. Enough drifting, enough numbing, enough acting like tomorrow owes me something. Tomorrow owes you nothing. The clock does not feel sorry for any of us. It just keeps moving. So if your life has felt heavy lately, if your heart has felt stuck, if your spirit has felt small, begin here. Not in blaming, not in complaining, not in waiting, but in ownership. Because the moment you take ownership of your hours, you begin to take ownership of your future. And if you do not learn that now, while you are still young enough to change course, then what exactly are you waiting for? Let me give you a picture you will never forget. Every morning, life places a small bag of seeds in your hand. Not money, not luck. Seeds, little pieces of time. An hour here, 20 minutes there, a quiet morning, a free evening, a hard weekend. And every day, whether you notice it or not, you plant them somewhere. You plant them in sleep or in discipline. You plant them in gossip or in growth. You plant them in anger or in healing. You plant them in mindless noise or in real work. That is why time is your only real wealth, because time is not just something you spend. Time is something you plant. And whatever you plant, you will live inside later. If you plant excuses, you will live in regret. If you plant effort, you will live in strength. If you plant distraction, you will live in confusion. If you plant truth, patience, and steady work, you will live in a harvest most people only dream about. But here is the hard part. Seeds do not clap for you on day one. You do not go to the gym for 1 week and come out transformed. You do not read for 3 nights and suddenly become wise. You do not save money for 10 days and become free. The seed goes into the dark first. The work goes underground first. The roots grow where nobody can praise them. That is why weak people quit early. They need noise. They need quick proof. They need instant reward. But strong people learn a deeper law. Strong people learn to trust the unseen part of the process. They learn that the life everybody wants is built in hours nobody respects. The early hour, the lonely hour, the boring hour, the hour when nobody is watching and you still choose the right thing. Think about that. The body is built in hidden reps. The mind is built in hidden pages. The future is built in hidden choices. Quiet work, simple work, repeated work. That is the road. And do not tell yourself your small steps do not matter. 1 push-up matters. 1 saved dollar matters. 1 honest phone call matters. 1 chapter matters. 1 walk instead of 1 more scroll matters. 1 early bedtime matters. 1 morning where you do what you said you would do matters. Because character is not built in giant speeches. It is built in tiny proofs that you can trust yourself, tiny proofs that you can stay with the plan, tiny proofs that you are not who your worst habits said you were. A seed does not look like a forest, but give it time. Give it water, give it sunlight, give it care. And one day the thing that looks small becomes the thing that holds shade for others. That is how your life works too. Some of you keep waiting to feel ready before you plant. Some of you keep waiting to feel confident before you begin. That is backwards. Confidence grows after planting. Strength comes after labor. Clarity comes after movement. You do not stand on the edge of the field and become a farmer by thinking. You become a farmer by planting. By missing some days and coming back, by learning what failed and trying again, by staying in the field long enough for wisdom to grow. No excuses, no drama, no fantasy, just planting. And let me warn you about bad soil. Bad soil is the crowd that laughs at your discipline. Bad soil is the room that drains your hope. Bad soil is the habit that eats your evening and gives you nothing back. Bad soil is the voice in your head that says, start next week. Protect your seeds, protect your mornings, protect your attention. Protect the little pieces of time that can still become a different life. Because time is your only real wealth, and every day you are either planting a future you will thank yourself for or planting one you will have to escape from. So tell me, what are you planting with your mornings right now? And do you really want to live inside that harvest later? Now let us talk about something most people hate to hear. Life does not always move in a straight line. Sometimes you are not in harvest season. Sometimes you are in winter. Sometimes the trees look dead. Sometimes the field looks empty. Sometimes all you see is cold ground, gray skies, and no sign that anything is working. This is where people panic. This is where they compare. This is where they look at somebody else laughing in the sun while they are still learning how to stand in the snow. But listen to me. Winter is not proof that your life is over. Winter is proof that a season is doing its work. Time is your only real wealth, even in winter, maybe especially in winter, because hard seasons teach you how to use your hours with more care than easy seasons ever could. In summer, almost anyone can smile. In summer, almost anyone can act bold. In summer, almost anyone can look motivated. But winter reveals what is real. Winter shows you whether you can stay steady when nothing feels exciting. Winter shows you whether your values are real or just mood-based. Winter shows you whether you only move when life feels easy. Think about that. A lot of people are not broken. They are just impatient. They are digging up their roots every week to see if they are growing. They are quitting in the middle of the season that was supposed to make them stronger. They want summer fruit with winter effort. They want peace without practice. They want confidence without keeping promises. They want a new life while protecting every old habit. That cannot happen. A season must be lived through, not skipped. When you are in a season of learning, learn. When you are in a season of healing, heal. When you are in a season of building, build. When you are in a season of loss, grieve without moving into self-pity. Let the season teach you what it came to teach. Because every season has a gift hidden inside it. Winter gives depth. Summer gives joy. Spring gives hope. Fall gives wisdom. And the people who waste their time fighting their season often lose the lesson and the future both. I have seen people spend years angry that life is not moving fast enough. Angry that the money is not there yet. Angry that love did not stay. Angry that friends changed. Angry that the dream looks farther now than it did before. But anger, when it turns into bitterness, is a thief. It steals the strength you needed to keep walking. It steals the focus you needed to adjust. It steals the tenderness you needed to stay human. Be careful. Your season may be hard, but do not let it harden your heart. Use the season. Read more, learn more, work more. Pray more if that is your way. Sit in silence more. Get honest more. Strip away what is fake. Strip away what is loud. Strip away what is wasting your life. Winter can become holy if you let it. Because when nothing on the outside is blooming, you finally get serious about what is growing on the inside. And that growth matters. It matters more than applause, more than image, more than timing, more than speed. Remember this, the oak does not envy the flower. The mountain does not rush the dawn. Real things take time because real things are meant to last. So do not insult your future by demanding that it arrive before you are ready to hold it. Use the season, use the silence, use the slow days, use the hard days. Time is your only real wealth, and the wise do not just spend time in the bright seasons. They invest time in the dark ones too. So ask yourself with real honesty, are you honoring the season you are in, or are you wasting it by wishing you were somewhere else? There is another truth we need to face, and this one cuts deep. Most people do not fail because they dream too small. They fail because they do not trust themselves. They say they want change, but deep down, they do not believe their own word anymore. They have made too many promises and broken them. They have said Monday too many times. They have said next month too many times. They have said this is the last time too many times. And every broken promise becomes another crack in the foundation. This is why time is your only real wealth, because time is the material you build trust with. brick by brick, day by day, choice by choice. Picture a man trying to build a house. He does not throw all the bricks in a pile and call it a home. He places one brick, then another, straight, careful, patient. He does not always feel inspired. Some days the weather is bad, some days he is tired, some days the wall still looks too low, but he keeps laying bricks. That is how a house rises, and that is how a life rises too. A stable body is built brick by brick. A calm mind is built brick by brick. A strong name, a solid future, a peaceful home, a clean conscience, all of it is built brick by brick. One kept promise today, one clean hour today, one hard conversation today, one workout, one saved dollar, one more page, one less excuse. Think about that. People love the idea of becoming powerful, but power is just self-trust repeated. Power is knowing that when you say you will do something, something inside you stands up and says, yes, we do that now. That kind of power cannot be borrowed, it cannot be faked, it cannot be posted into existence. It is built in private, built when the alarm rings and you rise anyway. Built when the old urge comes back and you say no anyway. Built when the fear speaks and you move anyway. That is identity, that is dignity, that is real confidence. The person capable of changing your life is already in the mirror, not a guru, not a lover, not a lucky break. The person capable of changing your life is already in the mirror, but that person needs proof, not hype, not slogans, proof. You give yourself that proof by living in a way that makes your own soul believe you again. If you have been weak, fine, tell the truth about it and begin. If you have been scattered, fine, gather yourself and begin. If you have been lying to yourself, fine, stop now and begin. Shame will not build your wall. Action will. No whining, no hiding, no pretending. Just lay the next brick. And let me say this because some of you need it badly. Stop using your past as a fixed identity. You are not your worst month. You are not your worst habit. You are not the mistake you made when you were lonely, scared, hungry for love, desperate for escape. Those things happened. They matter. But they do not get to write the last chapter unless you keep handing them the pen. Pick it up. The next hour matters. The next decision matters. The next brick matters. Because a man does not become strong by talking about the whole wall. He becomes strong by laying the brick in front of him with care. Time is your only real wealth, and every good hour laid with honesty becomes part of a future that can finally hold your weight. So tell me, what promise to yourself have you been breaking so often that you started calling it your personality? Now we reach the sharpest point of all. Focus. Because even a hard worker can waste his life if his energy is scattered. Sunlight warms the ground when it spreads everywhere. But put that same light through a magnifying glass and it can start a fire. Think about that. The power was always there. It just was not focused. Your life is the same. Your mind is the same. Your time is the same. Time is your only real wealth, but focus is what gives that wealth force. Without focus, you can be busy all day and still move nowhere. You answer messages, watch clips, make plans, react to noise, chase approval, start 10 things, finish none, and then at night you feel empty. Not because you did nothing, but because you did nothing that truly belonged to you. That kind of tired is different. That is not body tired. That is soul tired. That is what happens when your hours serve everything except your real life. Let that settle in. A distracted man can lose a whole decade without noticing. A focused man can rebuild one in a year. So what steals focus? Too much noise, too many voices, too many open doors, too much hunger to be seen, too much fear of missing out, too much need for approval from people who are not even building the life you claim you want. Be careful whose opinions you pay for with your time. Be careful what you worship with your attention. Because whatever gets your attention gets your life. And some of you are giving your best hours to things that do not even know your name. A screen does not love you back. A cheap thrill does not love you back. Endless comparison does not love you back. Empty praise does not love you back. But your future will respond to what you feed it. Your body will respond. Your mind will respond. Your bank account will respond. Your peace will respond. Your family will respond. Your purpose will respond. Not at once, maybe. Not loudly, maybe. But surely, quietly, honestly, surely. Focus means choosing what matters and letting the rest be loud somewhere else. Focus means closing some doors so the right one can finally open. Focus means saying no to what is easy so you can say yes to what is true. Focus means understanding that every yes costs you something and every no protects something. Protect your mornings. Protect your bedtime. Protect your body. Protect your mind. Protect your standards. Protect your circle. Protect your long game. No drift. No split mind. No wasted fire. Just direction. And do not only focus on work. Focus on what makes a life worth building. The people you love. The peace in your chest. The name you carry. The kind of father, mother, friend, partner, human being you are becoming. Time is your only real wealth. Not because productivity is king, but because life itself is made of moments. A meal with your mother, a walk with your child, a hard season with your brother, a prayer in the dark, a laugh after years of pain. A quiet morning where you finally feel proud of yourself. This is wealth too. Do not become so obsessed with making a living that you forget to build a life. Use your time to grow, yes. Use your time to build, yes. Use your time to serve, yes. But also use your time to be fully alive. Because one day the clock will stop asking. One day your future will become your past. One day all the hours you kept postponing will be gone. And on that day, titles will not hug you. Money will not remember you. Noise will not comfort you. Only the life you truly lived will remain. Time is your only real wealth. Spend it like it matters. Guard it like it matters. Aim it like it matters. So when this day is over, will you be able to say you spent your hours on what matters? Or did you hand your wealth to things that never loved you back? Remember the first truth. Most people do not lose their life all at once. They lose it 1 hour at a time. But hear the beautiful part now. A man can reclaim his life the same way, 1 hour at a time, one choice at a time, one kept promise at a time. Imagine yourself a year from now. Your eyes are clearer, your body is stronger, your mind is quieter, your room is cleaner, your money is better, your habits are sharper. Your family feels the difference when you walk in. Your future no longer looks like a threat. It looks like a place you are finally ready to meet. Imagine waking up and not hating the morning. Imagine looking in the mirror and seeing someone you trust. Imagine going to sleep with that deep, clean feeling that says, I did not waste this day. I honored it. I used it. I became someone in it. That life is not fantasy. That life is built, slowly, plainly, daily. You do not need a new face. You do not need a perfect past. You do not need the right mood. You need the next honest hour, then the next one, then the next one. Start with your room, start with your phone, start with your sleep, start with your body, start with your word, start small, but start now. Because time is your only real wealth. Time is your only real wealth. Time is your only real wealth. Say it until the lie breaks. Say it until your habits hear you. Say it until your future begins to move. The clock is moving whether you act or not. The days are passing whether you build or not. The life is becoming something whether you choose it or not. So choose it. Choose the hard path that gives you your soul back. Choose the quiet work that gives you your name back. Choose the discipline that gives you your future back. One day you will thank the version of you that stopped waiting for rescue and started protecting the gift of another morning. And when that day comes, you will not need to explain your change. People will feel it in your eyes, in your posture, in your peace, in the way you enter a room without apology, in the way you carry yourself like a man, like a woman who finally understands the price of an hour. Most people do not lose their life all at once. Do not be most people. No excuses, no waiting, no quitting, just truth, just action, just becoming.